Finally back at it. Fresh. Let's go. Live again. I'm aiming to go for at least a couple minutes. Yeah. I was live already today, earlier on, but I'm trying to get obsessed with lives, just so I see what we can create and what we can get out of it. Yeah. As we wait for a couple people to join in the live, I just want to take a moment to kind of welcome everyone that is new to the channel, anyone that is joining the channel for the first time. Yeah, your boy is back at it. I said I'm going hard with the lives, and that's what I'm trying to do. Get committed to putting in that time, whatever level it might be at. Regardless, it's just start now, see where it leads, see where the magic of being consistent, and the discipline of knowing what your goal is can lead you. So today is one of those days I'm still building in terms of finding motivation to why I'm doing this. So to be honest, my routine has been very different. My night routine has been very different, and I would say this is a good switch into a new reality of what I believe I could sustain and be able to do in the long run as a live streamer and someone who spends their time creating. I feel like live streams are the easiest way to be forced out of a comfort state and forced to create, like constantly create, because you're not able to do much without committing to showing up. That's the biggest part. You commit to showing up, and then from committing to showing up, you commit to giving 100% in terms of sharing your personality and being able to stick to what your mission is, and know that the end goal and your mission for your journey is the biggest thing, and you can't let a slow day kind of put you down, because slow days are almost like inspiration on their own, because out of a slow day you get chance to learn more about your whys and why you want to keep creating. Yeah, so I would say embracing the days where we feel we're not doing enough is a big deal, because we might be doing a piece of the work, but just because it feels so normal and it feels like we have been creating for so long to the point that it's nothing new, but it still counts as a day that you've put in the work and the motivation to get to that next level. Yeah, so if you've just joined the live, kindly subscribe and be a part of this community. Today I'm sharing on being an artist that steps out of comfort to seek challenge, to seek adversity, because we grow from adversity of knowing that we are not where we want to be, but the mission of where we want to go is greater than where we are at the moment. So it's always understanding that you have a reason and an end goal, right? But the end goal is not going to be achieved in days. Like, I started this YouTube channel 5 years ago, and 5 years ago I was just wanting to have a platform to put music out and put some impact, whatever it might be, small, little, big, or whatever the outcome get to, when time comes to actually be in a reaping season, a season of attaining all the things you want. So it's just understanding that the now is as important as the future that you want to get to, and your why today is your why a couple years back, even though it might not be the same level of enthusiasm or the same level of dedication that you had when you were starting out. You always have to find a way to keep yourself motivated, keep yourself engaging with people, keep yourself actively learning, because I've seen if you don't grow as an artist, you you actually deteriorate. Like with being a creative, there's only like two sides to it. Either you were working towards getting better, or you were in the same place and taking a couple steps back on your practice. You know, it's hard, but it's true. And that's the reality of being a creator, that you have to give your best self to everything you do, regardless of how small it is, of how many people are watching, or what audience is yet to see it, right? You have to embrace the fear of being unknown and believe that you being unknown for now is preparing you for a next level. So, as a creator, as someone who spends time seeking knowledge, you need to consider the time it takes to build the skin thick enough to get you to the next level. Most times we want to get started, but getting started is just like the first step, then the consistency, then the sacrifice to what you're doing, right? That's like step two, step three, step four. All those different steps need to be taken to add up to the ultimate goal, or the ultimate end all be all, whatever it might be for you. And for me, my end all be all is to see freedom for everyone I know here in Canada and overseas, especially in Africa as a whole. I believe that freedom is for all, and being a vessel of its truth is my mission. My mission is to be a vessel of the truth for all the people in the Pan African community and worldwide, and be able to impact an international scene and be able to give and contribute more to the world in that sense, right? So, thank you for being a part of the live. A very small portion of the people in your life will get to know you before you get great. That's a statistic, and it's it's sad but true that your greatness is not gonna be seen until you are at the top of the mountain and you at the peak of it, and everyone is looking from wherever they're looking at in their journey and pointing to you and being like, yo, we saw the come up, but we didn't believe enough to actually, study together or see the path that he's taking to walk with him and get there together. So it hurts to know that that's the psychology of it, and at this point I've accepted it, and I now know that not everyone is meant to go with me. Not all the people I had with me from way back, and not all the people I've performed for, not all the people I've had in studio with me, and not everyone is gonna walk the path that you walk, you know. And not everyone is gonna want it as bad as you want it. Like I've been wanting to be the best version of myself as a creator, and I'm always asking myself, why doesn't the world see this perspective? Why doesn't, my family members see this perspective? Why doesn't my friends see the greatness that being an active creator could result into? But just seeing off the examples that the world has to offer right now, you can easily tell that there's no there's no handout, there's no handout to greatness. Like the only handouts to greatness weren't great. Like they ended up, fumbling that. But like greatness takes time and it takes the sacrifice from the individual more than it takes, to even get support, because support is an after effect of results. So the process of getting to results, the process of putting your head down and knowing that you have to work. Like I had to realize that my music had so much growing to do. I felt like I had made a couple of the greatest songs I made in my time, but I had to know that, bro, there's still a better rhyme out there. There's still a better phrase that I can write. There's still a better beat I can make. I can mix better than I mix right now. I can master 10 times better. And bro, it doesn't let you rest. And like all the time I've been spending holding back to become this version of me, the version that shares, the version that streams. It's it's, it's it's crazy to think about, but that's the journey, right? That's what it takes to get to the greatness level that you want to get to. You need to sacrifice the comfort of knowing that you are good enough for the comfort of knowing that you are just getting started. So you need to be more humble than you even think, right? Yeah, so I'm just learning that. I'm like sharing these lessons as I learn them too. I'm not some big time creator, I'm not some big time artist. I'm just another person figuring out what life is in terms of how can I contribute, because for so long I waited for answers to come from an external world, or to get some form of clarity that hasn't come in a long time, because I was stagnant in, knowing that I'm good enough and being told that man has potential, bro, you have all this potential. I see you going places, and like letting that kind of comfort me, but knowing that I have to build my YouTube channel. It's been 5 years in. I'm still, learning the ins and outs of it, learning what it means to, sacrifice more than you think is enough. Because like sometimes we think we have given enough, yet, bro, we're just getting started for real. Though my name is Trevor. Thank you for being a part of this live. I'm sharing on my artist perspective and what it takes to get out of the comfort of knowing you're good enough, to get into the point that you're willing to sacrifice your current state and get to where you need to be, because the biggest thing that holds us back is sometimes us, our inner man, our inner being, you know, knowing that we are meant to have an impact, but not knowing where to go can literally paralyze you in a situation that you never thought could be possible. And just to share with you the easiest perspective that I could put this in, this is like jobs and careers, right? So many people have ended up in situations, in jobs, in careers that really weren't as fulfilling as they imagined. And just to share this in terms of music too, because I myself had created a life around me that I didn't feel was bringing out my most authentic artistic nature, because I had got so involved in an outside world, a world outside my creativity, and started engaging in this foreign sense of being a part of, ah, I don't know how to even explain, being a part of validation that the world gives to each other, right? So as artists, we get to a point where our art needs to be heard, right? And we start sharing, and from sharing we get linked to so many people, so many smaller opportunities that kind of look like they're leading somewhere, but they aren't, and bro, taking yourself away from those, taking yourself out of a situation you feel is good enough is the hardest thing. Because you might feel like you're giving 100%, but you are 10. And that was like me for a long time. I was doing shows late night, going out, being out late night, selling whatever I was selling, like merchandise, trying to make as many sales, tickets, like getting lost in this outside validation of whoa, 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 people are checking me out. It's crazy, bro. But you take a step back and it really enlightens you, and you realize that, bro, sometimes it ain't all that it seems to be, bro. Like, and this year has been a sad but true realization that the music industry needs revival. Like, not just the music industry, but the whole aspect of artistic expression needs a revival and a revolution that is only being taken up by the young generation right now. If you look around, like the biggest majority of people that are on YouTube and are sacrificing more than the generation before them did in terms of application of dreams, like application of what you want to be. Like, so many people talk about it, but they ain't really about it. Like, you ain't really about it until you have laid down what you thought was good enough for a life that you know that your future you will be grateful for. Thank you for the like, that means a lot. Yeah, so you just need to know this, and every artist is gonna realize it one day or the other. And I've heard so many artists like hint on it in new music, and lots of new interviews that are coming out. Like, so many people realizing that, bro, you might be young right now, but the future artistic you will thank you, will literally thank you for picking up that camera, for sacrificing those 25 minutes, for sacrificing those 20 minutes and putting them to you. Today I did a 1 hour live, and it was eye-opening because I've spent so much time working for others, like trying to work for some hourly wage, putting so much emphasis on the outside world. Yet I see now more than ever, like all that time is yours. Like, you create a world that is impossible for others to see, and then wow, the realization of, okay, he did that, he did that, he created that, he sacrificed the time to learn, sacrificed the ambition, sacrifice the now for the later, sacrifice the now for the later. And it's knowing that your vision is not going anywhere. It's gonna haunt you until the day you are, either achieving it or being laid with it. It's tough but true, and it's tough but the artistic nature in every human being. I believe everyone is talented, everyone is artistic in that sense, right? Everyone has that special something that kind of puts you on the map. Everyone has a special aspect of who they are becoming, right? Understanding that you need to go 100% all in who you are is the biggest and best decision you'll make in your life, bro. Like, deciding and knowing that, yo, I've got my dreams. If it's music, it's creativity, it's making movies, it's making, you know, cinematic sounds themselves, right? It's knowing that your truth is bigger than your what? Your current state, where you need to give up current comforts. And I'm speaking to myself too. I'm telling you this as someone who is working on the same things that everyone else is working on, So there's no perfection coming from me to you, but there's that will and the why of, like, I know my mission is to share this. That's one. I know my goal is to impact the world, impact Africa specifically, right? So a live stream is just the beginning, bro. Like, I have this big vision of seeing the African Revolution television with hosts, with news anchors, with journalists, with YouTubers, with musicians running it, like, that's my vision. And like, you got to see beyond the why, you know you see beyond the why, and then you're like, the end result and the after effect of who you become after you step into that grace, what it takes and what it means, right? So it's easy to sit here and say that, like, the mission is laid out, let's get it, let's wake up tomorrow and attack and, get to work. That's always the vision, right? And that's the easiest part. Like, motivating self is the easiest part, but disciplining self, that's the real work right there. Even I am working on plenty of things. I'm still growing as an artist, learning my own voice, learning what sound is, because sound is huge. Like, sound is, I don't know how to even explain it. Frequencies, like, wow, that's I'm glad to be a part of a world that deals in frequencies and in metrics and in analytics of conversion rates and knowing retentions. It's a whole different world, bro. And like, once you master the art of it, hmm, bro, you would have won already. You would have won in youth. You would have won, because the biggest, the biggest success metric is knowing self. Like, for one, people could tell you money is the biggest success metric, but we all know for a fact that you don't need money. Like, money is an after effect of results. So we are out here trying to get to the bag, get to the money, but we cannot skip the work. It's impossible to do so. Skipping the work is impossible, because it's almost like making a meal without fire or without heat. So, my dear artists, whoever is gonna get to see this in the nearby future, let me just spare a couple minutes to give you insight on how to sacrifice the now for the later. Exit your current belief system. You might think that you are there yet. Even this is going straight to me. I need to exit my current belief system. Exist a world that I feel I have achieved something, right? And get into the world of wanting to give to the world, and then allow the results of what we have achieved to speak louder than any song, any movie, any content, any live could ever do, right? We want to be able to stand and know that we were able to manage the dreams that God gave us in the right way, and spend the time that God gave us investing in those dreams, and knowing that it might not seem like much today, it might not seem like the end all be all, but you wake up tomorrow, you wake up the following day, and you wake up the day after, still motivated, still going to create, still, you know, being able to invest in your dream, especially as an artist. The level of investment you have to put in is big, is real big. You really have to be ready to sacrifice the now to step into the future of who you are meant to be. Yeah, I just spent time today speaking, and whoever will get to listen to the live and get to listen to the whole of it in its entirety will get to pick out on the subtle but meaningful, you know, aspects of what it means to be an artist, juggling independence as a human being free from mental slavery and an artist with a message to tell the world. So thank you for joining in the live. I want you to decide on whether you are willing to take that next step into your own greatness, regardless of if it means bleeding, sweating, depositing, invests, and like giving 101% to what you want to get, So your boy is out here still learning how to stream. Yeah, check out the streams. I'll keep them coming. I'm definitely hoping to invest in a better setup, hopefully in the future, and get to, where the mission, tells me, wherever the mission sends me, that is where I will go. And I feel more than ready to serve. So I'm out here praying to God that He allows me to, live a long life of impact, of constant growth as an artist, as a creator, and as a leader. Because I want to be a leader that stands for a truth and stands for a message that is going to leave lasting impact. Yeah, we're looking to that lasting impact, and that's really where we're trying to get to. Yeah, so thank you so much for being a part of this live. It means a lot. It's your boy ThatGuy Treva. Yeah, music creator, music producer, writer, based in Canada. Yeah, out here trying to, reach for greatness at every shot I get. If it means shooting twice a day or shooting hoops in the park, with no one out there, that's what it takes. But that's what it takes. Michael Jordan, LeBron, every great athlete we know was out in the field on their own with no one else but them and a dream to be great. So for sure, I know that a will, a why, and the determination to get those in line is enough to get you, to the biggest stages, biggest communities, and get you to the biggest achievements that you believe you are meant for. Yeah. Peace out. It's your boy Trevor. Thank you. Yeah. See you in the next. Yeah, signing out. Thank you for joining. Check out the live. subscribe to the channel. Yeah, yeah. Peace and love from me to you. Your boy Treva is out.